Okay, great. Can you see my screen? You can just give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Awesomeness, awesomeness, awesomeness. We are going to start shortly. Welcome, Valentine, Lichani. Thank you guys for joining. I'm just trying to see if I'm getting the live link on YouTube at the moment. But hopefully it's gonna come up. Evening. Maybe before we start with the session, if you don't have to open your video, if you can, each of you can just share how the week has been and the plans of the following week going forward. Nothing much, just around the amount of sales that you have done and what you're looking forward to. We'll have a short accountability session and then we'll carry on. Who wants to go first?
Okay, let me go first because I'm multitasking on the side. Evening,
Okay.
everyone. Okay, I hope you all had a great Sunday in this cold weather. My week the sales were not that wow. I only sold 3 products, which only for the 15th. It wasn't a cash sale. And this week I got some orders, which also is going to be for month end. And I've been busy with the invites for this weekend's presentation, which I got 1 confirmed. I got 3 more that are still going to confirm tomorrow, whether they'll be available. So the aim is I'm going to be boosting my Durban presentation post to try and get more people, invite more people for the presentation, and also for inviting for Joburg Success Day. And Botswana as well. I'm just trying to spread boost for all these countries, for all these events that are upcoming, and see where I can land with some prospects. Sales wise, yeah, it's not wow. I've got 2 things. I got those tire kickers. They keep asking how much, and then they're not confirming the orders. But keeping fingers crossed that they will confirm and still keep digging anyway. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So next.
Yeah, okay.
Who's next? Mary? Okay. Thank you so much, Mamzo. I think we can now start. I just want to check if Raymond was able to join. And then we will start.
I don't see Mia.
No, he'll be joining on YouTube because he couldn't join using
Zoom. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So good evening, everyone. We are doing our first episode of a series that I call Become a Network Marketing Professional. Oh, great. It's great. Raymond is in. So he is sorted. So I almost said ladies and just realized that it's not just ladies on the call. Um, we are going to talk about 7 skills of network marketing, which means we are supposed to have we are supposed to have 7 episodes. However, we are not going to have 7 because today I am going to do 2. I felt this one only was too short for us. So the series is going to look like this. We are going to cover skill number 1. Skill number 1 is finding prospects. Skill number 2, we are going to look at inviting prospects to understand your product or opportunity. And then number 3 will be presenting your product or opportunity to your prospects. Skill number 4, we will look at now, how do you follow up after presenting? And then number 5 will be helping your prospects become customers or distributors, how you are going to be signing them off. Skill 6, helping your new distributor get started right so that you make sure that you are building a sustainable business. And then skill number 7 is going to be around promoting events, just like the events that we are going to be, just like the event that we are going to have this coming weekend. Even if we don't get to do it this coming weekend, however, you are going to learn on how to invite people. You are going to be learning on how to do that, like a pro. Now, I want this to be as interactive as possible. So before we start, I just want us to look at why network marketing, what is this hype about network marketing? Do you even understand why you are here and why you chose it? Now, I want us to do a very short exercise. I usually do this exercise when I'm seeing people face to face when I do this type of trainings. Now, I'm going to ask each of you to create your ultimate business. Like, for example, tell me specific things that you'd like to have in that business and things that you would like to avoid. You can just do a list of what is your perfect business looking like. Just a few things, just list it on the chats. I'm gonna make an example of what a perfect business for me looks like. For me, it will be around, of course, not having a boss, not having to be waking up in the morning and going to the same place each and every day, not relying on the alarm clock. My ideal type of business is a business that doesn't have politics, where I don't have to compromise a lot or where I am not discriminated. So what is your ideal business? What is your ideal world? If you can just put it there on the chats. Let me see. Okay, let's type on the chats, team. Let's type. Let's type, team. What is your ideal business? What is your ideal world in a business? What would you be looking for? Let's type on the chats. Would you want that business to have a boss? Come on, team. Come on, team. Wow, I love that, Mary. Working Working at your own time and working at your own pace. I love that. Raymond, you can also type on the chats as well. I'm also looking at YouTube Live here. No boss, financial freedom. Thank you, Kuma. Your ideal business, guys. What will your ideal business look like? I want to see if you are in the right profession. Let's see. Just a few things on the chats, please. Can see Mary there. Taking your own time. Kuma. Sisnompendulo, Lichani, Valentine. Please type on the chats. What's your ideal business? You don't have to talk. You can just type. Let me see. Come on now. Own boss, financial freedom, and managing your time. Yes. Let's see what others have to say. Okay. Let's move. I'll see as the chats come up. Now, guys, I really, really want this to be as interactive as possible. So I hope you have your diaries, you have your pens, so that you are able to take some notes. Now, I believe in the fact that network marketing is not just perfect, you know. I know you haven't listed most of the things that you feel will mean an ideal situation for you, you know. Now, the nice thing about network marketing is the fact that when it comes to network marketing, you have unlimited income, which basically means you wake up today and you choose how much you want to make. There is no cap. No one tells you, Uguti, no, now. You need to stop now because you are going to go way beyond what we can pay you. No, network marketing is not like that. We have unlimited income. We have residual income. If you were to compare network marketing with a job, you will realize that when it comes to the job, you are only paid what your employer has promised you, you know. You only paid what they have promised, and you are not able to do as much as you want to. Even if you were to work 12 hours a day or 16 hours in a day, the employer, by law, can only pay you the 12 hours, simple because on their systems, it should not show that you were working way above 12 hours. And another nice thing about network marketing is the fact that you enjoy the people you work with. You know, there's no politics here. You choose your own team, you start your own team. There is a lot of personal growth. Like today, you are being trained. Today, you are being taken to the professionalism in network marketing. You are being trained on how to become a professional. It's as very, very, very low risk. I've never had someone that joined a legit network marketing company and said they lost money. They can lose their own money according to izinto that they decide to do on their own, but the company will not take money away from you. There's time freedom. And startup cost is so low. It's not like any traditional business. And guys, it's fun. Gay, when you hear fun, you will really understand. Now, there is this one cycle that we have all been taught, ne? I think almost everyone here knows this cycle. As you grow up, before you even start school, you are told that the most important thing for you to do as an individual is to understand that education is important. Now, as your life begins, oh yes, we have online stores, Tuma. We didn't even pay for those online stores, which is quite true. Now, we've all been put in this, some call it a red race. We've all been put in this type of belief where we believe that step number one in life is for you to go to school. You go to school, you go to primary, you go to university, you get your degree, you get your diploma. Once you have done that, step number two, you need to find a company. Ne? So as much as the world is changing, and people are recognizing that, this cycle is not changing at all. So you go to school, and when you go to school, really, all they're teaching you is how to become a better employee. Who agrees with me? Step number two, when you finished with varsity, if you're lucky, you start looking for a company. You find a company that is going to employ you. Remember, Pella, when you went to school, you went because you needed to learn on how to be an employee. And then step number two, because they've taught you of how to become an employee, you find a company that is going to employ you. Step number three, you realize, Uguti, this company that I am in is not paying me as much as I want to be paid. You realize the amount of politics that is in that company, and then you start looking at switching companies. You switch companies for the various reasons that I've mentioned. Some of us switch companies because of political issues, and some of us switch companies because of economical reasons. Step number four, when you realize you are around 40 and you are so tired of working and you've been employed for most of the time, you realize that you cannot retire comfortably at the age of 40 and you are forced to carry on working. Now, I want you to know that since you are in network marketing, you are in something that is better. And why is network marketing better, guys? Now, the reason that Forever Living is not the only network marketing company, right? We've got other network marketing companies that we know. You can type them on the chats so that I can see if you understand what a network marketing company is. People that have joined on YouTube as well, feel free to type on the chats and let me know if you know of any network marketing companies. Now, the reason businesses choose to push or to move their products using network marketing is because in the whole world, there are important products and services today that have to be promoted, otherwise people will never know about them. And there's also services as well, because Pella network marketing is not just about products only, but it's about services. And because these need to be promoted, consumers still need to be educated. Yes, Lichani, we know of Tupperware, Herbalife, Honey, Avon. Those are network marketing companies. And the reason the owners of these businesses chose to push their products using network marketing is because they realized that people have to know about these products, have to know about certain services, and for them to know that it is easier when it is done through network marketing. Now, companies have choices. They can dive into a world of advertising to get the word out there. But how many people in our days now watch TV? How many people nowadays are watching adverts? People are so busy on their social media. People are so busy playing games and whatnot. And it becomes difficult for those adverts to reach people out there. You can only reach a certain market. Other companies will choose that the way they are going to get the word out there is to hire a large and expensive sales force to sell their products or services. So it's either they employ a sales force team or they use network marketing to sell the story to the world. Now, more and more companies will choose to use network marketing because it fits this new economy. They can provide all the corporate support, just like Forever. Now, let's bring it back home. Why did Forever choose network marketing? And why is it better that Forever Living Products chose network marketing? Because, guys, we are in Forever Living Products and we are in a company that chose network marketing in order for it to make sure that they get the products out there to the world. Now, what does Forever do as they have chosen network marketing? Forever provides all the corporate support. Now tell me, do you worry about the fact that products are being made? You can type on the comments. Do you ever worry about if the right ingredient has been added? Do you even know how Forever hires the staff? Do you even know ukuthi staff leso how were they hired, the interviews and whatnot? No. As independent distributors, we are not worried about the corporate side of things because Forever is providing all the corporate support of a traditional business. And instead of paying Salesforce teams, they pay us distributors purely on a performance basis. And they pay us to promote their products. Now, that is how it works. It's extremely efficient because in this type of economy, word of mouth is the one thing that continues to work better than any other form of promotion. You know, when you sell something or when you use something, it's like when you watch a video, a movie. You start telling people about this movie that you've watched on Netflix, and more people are going to watch because you spoke about it. Same thing with your customers when they buy from you and they start talking about the products, people are going to believe them because they have used the products. The company can just take the money that they would have spent in advertising promotion and pay it to us. That is why, guys, we earn so much money at Forever Living Products. It is because instead of Forever taking money and spending it on advertising and promotion, they take all that money and pay it to us, their distributors, so that we can spread the word. So what that means now for you as an entrepreneur is that you can receive all the benefits of traditional business ownership. As much as you are not owning a traditional business, which requires high startup costs, but you are already receiving all the benefits of a traditional business without the typical risks that we know of. And there will be no cap on your income because Forever Living Products just want you to make as much as possible. Guys, give me fire emojis if you are loving this. Give me fire emojis if you feel you chose right. So if you're going to be paid for performance anyway, why live with the cap? You know, hence there is no cap. Hence, we can make as much as we want. Now, what is the catch? What is the catch, guys, with network marketing? Yes, Tuma, thank you for those fire emojis. What is the catch with network marketing? What are you going to have to endure? Because I've just given you things that make it sound great. Now, remember, guys, our training today is about finding prospects and presenting to those prospects. And the only way you will be able to present to the prospects and the only way you will be able to find prospects and to know exactly who you are looking for is when you are understanding what you have signed up for, you know? Now, the catch to network marketing, it all sounds great, whatever I have talked about. It is, definitely it is. But guys, there's a catch. There's a catch that most people won't tell you. And if you agree with some of the things that I am going to say just now, you can just type 1 in the comments. Now, here it is. You must accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Accept a temporary loss of self-esteem from ignorant people. That means for a while, people still living in and trying to function in the old system, they will start thinking less of you. Guys, they won't understand. They will think you are crazy for being involved in network marketing. Some won't even believe that you are an entrepreneur. Some won't even believe that you are in a real business. And actually, the word accepts, guys, isn't completely accurate. You need to do more than that. You need to embrace the temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Remember, you are the lucky one. When right now you are seeing the future before it becomes apparent to everyone else. They don't know where you are going. Only you know where you are going. I want to tell you today that you are the smart one. You are the person taking action to live a better life. When are they just sitting there on the fence, trying to make things work, but they are not taking action. They haven't taken action like you have done. There's a reason why people think, there's a reason why people would think less of you. It's not just because they are stuck in the old system. Let me see if I can help you better understand this, team. Because if you decide to make in network marketing your profession, it's very important to know. Most people have either joined a network marketing company, but my aunt, my sister, my mother joined forever. It never worked for them. You know, they'll start telling you how many people they know that have been doing these things. They'll start calling it these things that go through their mind of virtually every person who decides to get involved. They'll be like, I can think of 5 or more people who might do this too. My sister will be great. They won't even think of themselves. My friend loves these kind of things. I know the other person who could be amazing. You know. So in other words, they aren't joining a profession. And I want to equip you, team, with when you go to those people out there, remember, this whole series is about you becoming a professional. Now, you don't want people thinking they're just hoping to get lucky when they start joining this business, when they start joining forever. You don't want them thinking they are going to be signing up few people to cover their own startup cost and sit back and wait for the money to roll in, because that's not a real business. And the reason people think people have done this and it hasn't worked, it's because of the mentality that they went in around this business. Now, I want you to decide today, I want you to decide to go pro. So guys, if you are going to be involved with Forever Living products, if you are involved with Forever Living Products, if you are part of network marketing, today decide to go pro. Ne? Now, I want you to type on the comments, I am going pro. I am going pro. Because the truth is, network marketing isn't perfect. It's just better. And that's the reality. Now, type on the comments, I am going pro, as we go pro together. As we go pro together. Yes, Mary, going pro. Lechani is going pro. Yes, yes. Let me see. How many of you are going pro? Type on the comments, I am going pro. So if you are involved in network marketing, if you are involved with Forever Living Products, decide to be a professional today. And I will teach you exactly on how to become a professional. Now, I want you to start thinking, look at the slide in front of you. It's got 3 types of people. I want you to be honest with me as I explain these types of people. I want you to type on the comments and let you know, and let us know, who are you between these 3? Now, there are 3 categories of people in network marketing, and I've been in this profession for over 8 years. And I have seen the 3 categories of these people. I've seen all of them. I've been all of them too. I've been a poser. Sorry, guys, the one in the middle is not posers, it's amateurs. I've been a poser, I've been an amateur, and until I decided to go pro. Now, what are posers? Let me just explain a poser. Then you guys, once I've explained these types of people, be honest and write on the chat and tell me who you are. There's posers. Posers treat this profession as a lottery ticket. You know, when they come in, they are hoping to hit it big, and they think they will hit it big with little effort. When they are scratching that lottery ticket, thinking ukuthi nje, if they match these 3 numbers, boom, they have won. Posers are like that. They are hoping to hit it big with a little effort as possible. When I first started out as well, I was a poser. I was a poser because I thought I hated selling. So I thought, what if I didn't have to sell, because I don't like selling? What if I only recruited, What if I worked less? Would I be able to earn more? That was me. When I first started out, I was hoping to ride on my uplines, people, thinking she was going to give me people. How many of you have been thinking, hey, Uzama talks to a lot of people. She can give me a downline, or she can give me one of her prospects. How many of you hope if they do their 4CC, Uzama will give her some of their prospects? I was hoping that because my Ayanda, my sister-in-law, introduced me to this business, she was also going to make sure that I have business partners and give me partners too from her list of people. I got some results, guys, even starting as a poser, and it did keep me going. Hence, I never sold on the first month. I bought the stock, I kept it in the boot, and I started recruiting, and people are interested, they started joining. But if the stock wasn't moving, it was an issue. So short term, it did work, but I think you can agree with me that remaining in the poser category is a bad idea. Within about 90 days, I moved out of this category and I became an amateur. Now, Lichani, now, what is an amateur? Amateurs, guys, they focus on different things, ne? Amateurs focus, one of the things that they focus on, one of the things I focused on as well was luck. Can you see this lady here? She's spinning the wheel, focusing on luck. And I was also really hoping to get lucky. I thought, how many of you guys have thought, hey, if I signed up a Tobega in my team, I will sit and relax. If I signed up a Kuchi in my team, I will sit and relax. How many of you think if I signed up just one Mr. B in my team, I will sit and relax? I was really hoping to get lucky as well as an amateur and sign that monster distributor who was going to make me rich. How many of you? Guys, these stories are so real. Lichani dreamers. Guys, are you a poser or are you an amateur? Tell me. Now, we've all heard these stories of some people who had their lives completely changed by just one sign up. I mean, guys, I've heard of these stories. I've seen people that have just done one sign up and they're getting paid a six-figure income. In reality, even if some of these stories are true, it really doesn't serve our profession very well, guys, because it makes people spend their time hoping that big hits. The second thing I focused on as an amateur was timing. You know, when you think, people who join first will do well. If I join it now, before, before it crashes, I'll make money. You know, I was always worried about timing. And I would ask myself when I saw about Tobega earning money, earning big monies, I would ask myself, did I get in early enough? Could I be the youngest top level person in the company? How many other leaders were already in my local market? Were there too many to compete against? Is the market saturated? You know, how many of you asked these questions? Were they enough to get true momentum? How was the company? Was it too big? You know, did I miss the growth curve? Did I join at a time where there was no growth? Now, the other thing I focused on as an amateur was positioning. Was I in the right organization? Did other people have better positions than me? Maybe I didn't have the right upline. You know, what if I changed uplines? Would I do better somewhere else? I mean, guys, I know people that actually stop doing this business and they allow their boyfriends or partners to join another upline, thinking if you are under someone that's doing well, maybe you are also going to do well as well. You know, can't you guys know? Another thing, you know that we focus on is looking for shortcuts. You know, I know I teach you guys about AI, going on the internet, boosting and whatnot. This is what amateurs do as well. And they try checking for tactics, you know, going all over the internet, trying to follow all network marketers, trying to find out what they are doing. Unfortunately, guys, when you do this, you go on social media, you see Utobega, you see her posting next to that 7 million rands house, and it makes you feel even not, you know, it makes you feel worse because you feel like you are so behind. You start comparing yourself because you are seeing all these shiny things and you're thinking, if I'm being trained by this person, things are going. No, guys. Finally, guys, what I decided to go pro and I taught my team the same thing, you know. Because a person who's paid to undertake a specialized set of tasks and complete them for a fee, you know, that's a definition of a network marketing professional. Now type on the chats for me. Are you a poser? Are you an amateur? Of course, I know, guys, you're not a professional. So there's a phrase in our profession that does more harm than good. It says ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. The point of this phrase is that it's better to be excited and ignorant than it is to be apathetic and smart. That may be true, but why do we have to choose, you know, one or the other? Oh, definitely, Kuma, you're a poser. and you're working on becoming an amateur. Thanks for being honest. We were all posers. I worked towards becoming an amateur, and I decided to go pro. Now, regardless of where most of you are, what I just want you to know is the bottom line is if you are going to be involved in the great profession, I want to tell you today that you need to decide to do it right, and you need to treat it like a profession. If you go pro, guys, forever is great. If you stay a poser or an amateur, you are going to be miserable. And by now you've noticed I'm using the word profession a lot. I'm actually doing that on purpose. Network marketing is more than just a project. It's not a project. It's not an industry. It's a profession. Just like me being an engineer, network marketing is a profession. If you do it right, it is truly a great career choice. It can take you out of working in a job that doesn't make you happy, and it can place you on total freedom. Now, my wish for you guys, big poses, my wish for you guys is to decide to become a network marketing professional. My wish for you is for you to decide to go pro. Because just like Eric Worre says, it's a stone cold fact that we have a better way. All we need to do is go tell the world. Now, I think that has been massive in terms of intro and in terms of now taking us to the first skill that you need to know. The first skill number one, which is finding prospects. Now, I hope you've got your pens. I hope you've got your notebooks. Now, when people look at network marketing, one of the biggest questions that they ask themselves is, do I know anyone? You know, when people they first start in the business, they are seeing us recruiting left, right, center. And who's not on mute? They start asking themselves if they know anyone, you know. They believe if they know a lot of people, they can have lots of success. I believed that too. And if they don't know a lot of people, they believe that they don't have a chance. I know it does sound logical, but it's not true, guys. It's not true. When it comes to finding prospects, remember the 3 types of people that we spoke about? When it comes to finding prospects, the posers make a mental list of 3, 4, or 5 people they hope will join their business. And their entire future is based upon the response of these few people. Type on the chats, guys. What were the first 3 people that you thought when you joined Forever, that you thought when I go and tell these are going to be my first 3 people that I'm going to talk to, I know they're going to love this. Who were those first 3 people? And tell me, did they join? I had a lot, Mina, in mind. You know, we depend on these 3 to 5 people. We think our future is dependent on it. And if you're lucky enough to get one of them, you're thinking they're going to extend the life of your career for a short time. They might even make another mental list, you know, of 3 or 4 people. Hopefully, let me see. My family, they only bought and not joined. Yes, Tuma. And here you were thinking, I will first sign up my mother. Once I have signed up my mother, I'm going to sign up my sister. Did they join? No. Now, 8 out of 10 distributors first approach their business with the poser mentality. just like you, Tuma. I also did. They make this little mental list and see what happens. Now, I know when I coach Tuma, especially I've been coaching Tuma and Mary quite closely. I had a lot, but not even one attended the presentation. Yeah, because the list was mentally. Now, for those who are new and for those that I haven't had a chance to coach closely, we only have 10 minutes, team. Our training is just 1 hour. I usually say have 2 exercise books or have 1 book. At the front of this book, you are going to write a list of everyone that you know, a list of everyone. And then at the back of this book, as people start buying, you are going to be writing down your customers. And at the front of your book, as you start prospecting, you are going to be using that front of the book, or you can buy 2 books, 2 exercise books. 1 exercise book will be for your prospects, and the 1 exercise book will be for your customers. Now, guys, if you do not do this, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. We can't be doing a mental list. We need to start with a written list where you are going to write down everyone that you know, everyone that breathes, everyone that brushes their teeth. And when you are making this list, you make it as comprehensive as possible. Every person you're going to put there, it doesn't matter if you think they are a prospect or not. You are now creating your database. This database will be the one of your most important assets. Everyone goes on this list, guys. If they are negative, put them on the list. If they are positive, put them on the list. If you hate them, put them on the list. Ngisho i-ex yakho, put him or her on the list. If they are your best friend, put them on your list. If they've said, I'll never be involved in network marketing, put them on your list. If they are 98 years old, put them on your list. And if they're 18 years old and over, put them on your list. It is important to do this because as you empty your mind out on paper, it will make more room for new contacts to find room in there. You know, when you yes, Mary, put your ex too. When you write down your nephew, you will begin to think about the circle of people around your nephew, ne? And you start thinking about connections of your nephew. Remember, Pella, maybe your nephew is already working. Your nephew has 3 friends. These 3 friends work for Sportnet, for example, which means they have people that they know. So when you write down, you start seeing connections. They become apparent to you as you make the list, and it makes your list more and more comprehensive. Think about everything, every organization you've ever been involved in, every group you've been part of, everything you've ever done. And guys, your key to success sits on step number 1. If you do step number 1 right, it will end up being hundreds and hundreds and maybe even thousands of people. You're not required to prospect everyone on this list, by the way. It's all up to you, but it's extremely important to do the work necessary to truly capture your network on paper. Now, number 2, have you heard of the concept that we all only like 6 contacts away from any person in the world? 6 degrees of separation, they used to call it that. I mean, I'm not sure, guys, if that's a myth or if it's true. I do believe in the concept. Now, step number 2, okay, what are we doing? Step number 2, ke manje, we are now looking at your list. We're thinking of people that people they know. The second degree, sibiza a second degree of separation. If you wrote your nephew, who does your nephew know? If you wrote your cousin, who does your cousin know? Because chances are you'll know most of them also, you know. Think about members of the family. Who do they know? Because they don't know you only. Your mom, Tuma, who does she know? Your sister, Tuma, who does she know? You add those people kwilist yakho. Think about all the relationships in your life. Who do they know? Add them on your list. Don't worry about what you're going to do with the list as yet. I will talk about this list, guys, a bit later in our series. And then step number 3, you are still going to expand your list. This is why the professionals, I'm a professionals, I need to be a pros now. I'm a professionals call this an active candidate list. It never stops growing. The professionals have a goal to add at least 2 people on their list every single day. They may not prospect them, but they keep adding. If you think about this as a core skill, you'll realize it isn't very hard. You come into contact with people every day, guys. Emma Mall, you coming in contact with someone. When you go pick up your kids, you're coming in contact with someone. You meet people through on social media. Add those people on your list. You do business with new people. Add them to your list. Professionals develop a high level of awareness. They pay attention to the world. They know they will be introduced to new people all the time. Posers and amateurs don't even notice, I'm meeting a new person here. They just go through their day saying, what people? I don't know people. I don't see any people. Guys, how hard will it be to raise awareness and add 2 new people a day to your list? Think about it. If you did that 6 days a week, that is 600 new people in a year. Do that for 5 years, it's over 3,000 people. Can you see why professionals don't worry about running out of people to talk to? Can you see why professionals are not worried about boosting and using money in order to get hold of a lot of people? Guys, I'm not saying you shouldn't pitch to these people, but you're not pitching to them as yet. You're just adding them to your list. So that is step number 1, 2, and step number 3 of how we find prospects. I know I'm not covering the one you like most, but I want this to be as practical as possible because we are so used to using mostly social media in order to find prospects. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to just find prospects the easier way. Now, we've chatted about this, people closer to you, expanding the list. And then the last step is step number 4. Step number 4 is network on purpose. Professionals network on purpose. It's hard to meet new people if you are hiding from the world. Get out there. Go to those wellness days. Go to those flea markets. Go put your table there. Go meet people. Get out there. Have some fun. Join a new gym. Have fun with a new hobby. Start running like myself. I now have runners that I can add and I have added on my list. Volunteer for a cause that's important to you. Find places and organizations where you can meet new people. Not only will it be good for your business, but you will also make great friends. Now, guys, this brings us to the end of our episode number 1. I know you are dying, you're dying to know more. I'll just give you a glimpse of skill number 2 because it is not a lot, so that you get to do some homework this coming week. Now, let us say your list is complete and not complete, but you've got people on your list because i-list yakho, guys, ayipheli. You never complete your list. Now, skill number 2, and then we close, is inviting prospects to understand your product. I want you to avoid this one thing. Now, let us say you have identified your prospects and you now want to start talking to them, Number 1, I love this one. When I first joined as well, I was like a hunter. In this profession, if you want to be go pro, do not be a hunter. Going there, shooting each boom. You shoot everyone that you meet. Hi, do you know about Forever? Boom. Hey, I'm selling aloe. Boom. You can't be going around with a gun, guys, which is your opportunity in your hand and shooting everything that moves. You need to care about relationships. Don't just care about getting that new recruit. That is why even on social media, abantu don't yes, Lichan. Abantu don't take you serious ukuthi you don't know each other, and here you are going into their inbox, you inboxing them and you telling them about Forever. You don't know who they are, you don't know where they're from, you don't know what they like, etc., etc. You're not caring about those relationships. And all when you are caring about in your head is you getting that new recruit so that you can complete your 4CC. Some, of course, will join you. Some won't. So what? So when you are a hunter, everyone around you is going to feel hunted. They're going to start avoiding you, and it won't be fun. Even worse, the people that join your business will do the same thing and start hunting people. And when they start doing that, they are going to fail and they're going to quit, and they'll say Forever Living Products, awubasebenzelanga, does not work for them. They'll be so frustrated. Now, you want to be more like a farmer. Farmers build relationships. When you are a farmer, you talk to your plants. You build that relationship. Farmers learn how to build trust with the people they met and are able to skillfully transfer the belief they had about their products and their opportunity. You know what farmers do? Their goal is not to immediately recruit their prospects. Their initial objective is to educate their prospects on what they had to offer, and then let those prospects decide if it is something that they want to do. Now, can you see this is a switch in strategy? It was a switch in strategy for me as well, because I started looking at things differently. I put myself in the prospect's shoes and thought about what will be attractive to me, and alternatively, what will cause me to put up my defenses. I realized, guys, that is why AMA professionals had such great results. Instead of them acting like sharks, they were more like coaches or consultants. They built relationships and then offered common sense solutions to people's problems. Who wouldn't like that? People want you to educate them. People want you to offer solutions. They don't just pitch, guys. If you're a professional, you don't just pitch your product or opportunity. Instead, you check for the timing. When the timing is appropriate, you invite people to do one of the two things based upon how you are prospecting in the situation. The first thing you do when you have built the relationship, you invite these people to attend some form of event, like a one-on-one or a two-on-one meeting with another member in your team, with your upline. You invite them to a three-way call. You invite them to a small group presentation in their home, or an online webinar like the ones that I run. Professionals understand that when there is that personal interaction, it is a critical component when it comes to building trust and transferring belief. Now, the second thing that you do once you've invited people to that, you can send them a tool. That video that I did that is 9 minutes. I'm a big believer, guys, in using tools to educate. The tool is there, it exists. The video is there. There's a 6-minute video, Forever. that you can send out. There are websites, there's Zoom presentations, there's YouTube presentations that have been pre-recorded. Technology is there for us. Invite people to view some tools, some video. They start watching, and then you start asking the relevant questions. Unfortunately, our time is up. When we do skill number 3, we are going to recap on skill number 1 and skill number 2 and continue our series of the 7 skills to becoming a network marketing professional. Now, thank you so much, team, for being part of this session. I will now allow you to